explain the background of the Top Glove. Top Glove Corporation Berhad, founded in 1991 by Tan Sri Dr. Lim Vijay, is a Malaysian-based multinational. From a single factory and one production line, the company has grown to over 40 manufacturing facilities and 800 production lines globally. Headquartered in Setia Alam, Selangor. The reason because we selected this organization is because it presents a rich example of an organization that has undergone notable transformation in the wake of the pandemic. The company's rapid rise during COVID-19 crisis and subsequent challenges provide valuable insights into how external shocks can catalyze both growth and organizational stress. First issue is labor-related controversies and resistance to change. Top Glove Corporation Berhad, a leading Malaysian glove manufacturer, faced significant labor exploitation issues that necessitated substantial organization, change and development. Investigations revealed that migrant workers endured excessive overtime, inadequate rest days, and substandard living conditions, with some laboring up to 12 hours daily, 7 days a week, and residing in overcrowded dormitories lacking proper ventilation. These conditions led to a COVID-19 outbreak within the facilities, prompting the U.S. Customs and Border Protection to impose a ban on Top Glove products in July 2020 due to forced labor allegations.
Next, we move to how to overcome the issues of labor-related controversies and resistance to change. Around the time the ban was introduced, Top Glove released a press statement firmly denying all allegations and emphasizing their unwavering dedication to labor governance. As a testament to their ongoing efforts, Top Glove published a comprehensive improvement report detailing the actions taken since the allegations surfaced, despite consistently refuting any involvement in exploitative practice. In this report, they highlighted significant improvement in several areas, which is: first, fair recruitment practice to foreign workers. Top Glove have reimbursed a total of over 150 million ringgit to their workers in relation to recruitment agency fees, started on 10 August 2021. Top Glove also have established grievance helplines in worker native language, which are managed by independent third-party consultant for workers to raise grievance and consent on all workers-related issues. In final year 2023, Top Glove conduct external and internal social compliance audit to demonstrate their unchanging commitment to safeguard human rights of their employees. Second, continuous improvement of workers' accommodations. Top Glove established a hostel management committee in December 2020. Top Glove also established a workers' welfare committee, which is represented by workers' representative, to facilitate discussion that address topics related to their welfare, safety, health, and level standards in collaboration with the hostel and the factory management. Top Glove has purchased the Kenangan Meru apartment block in Kelang, Selangor, with capacity to house 2,700 workers. Third, fair working hours and wages of workers. Top Glove have tightened their monitoring process to ensure one full rest day each week and nobody works more than 4 hours overtime per day. By the end of 2021, Top Glove aimed to eliminate the needs for workers to commute by bus and coaches following the completion of living accommodations in the immediate vicinity of their operations. Fourth, continuous safety and health of the workforce. All Top Glove factories have a designed first aid room equipped with facilities that go beyond the requirements set out by the Malaysian Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Additionally, Top Glove provide 24 hours medical attention to their employees. Top Glove also are looking towards expanding their team of medical, wellness and fitness professionals to provide workers with regular health service. And last, more stringent safety measure for workforce post-COVID-19. Top Glove has enforced social distancing in their factories by providing proper facility to their workers. COVID-19 standard operating procedure of Top Glove comply with Malaysia government regulations, and they host regular spot checks to ensure standards are high and remain vigilant. Top Glove also is in constant and close consultation and cooperation with the Ministry and the Labour Department in efforts to continually improve the accommodations of their foreign workforce.
This strategy related to Chapter 7. I will be evaluating the actions taken by Top Glove in response to its labor-related controversies. The presenting problem is Top Glove Corporation Berhad face labor-related controversies and resistance to change. The underlying problem: first, inadequate oversight of recruitment practices leading to exploitation. Second, initial reluctance to acknowledge and address labor issues due to cost implications and entrenched practices. One of the first strategy was Top Glove began publishing a comprehensive improvement report where focus on 5 key areas, which they seek to continuously improve. This function, much like internal group focus, where the company raised concerns regarding worker safety, working hours, and overall treatment. This method is also considered an abrasive measure, where it allowed the company and external stakeholders to monitor change without interfering in daily operations. Making such internal progress, public build transparency and credibility. Was this change process effective? By April 2021, Top Glove had resolved all 11 indicators of forced labor defined by the International Labour Organization, ILO. This was verified by an independent auditor, Impact Limited. The US Customs and Border Protection also lifted its import ban on top glove product later that year. One telling move was top glove collaboration with Andy Hall, a well-known labor rights critic. Engaging with someone who had been critical showed a real willingness to listen, adapt, and improve. I believe the intervention were appropriate and meaningful. They did not just react, but they took concrete actions. This included bringing in experts, improving worker living conditions, and revising labor policies to align with international standards. This shows a shift from a reactive to proactive. It means they are aiming for long-term cultural change. To ensure long-term success, I recommend Top Glove implement regular education and training for both workers and supervisors. This session should focus on labor rights, workplace ethics, and safe reporting mechanisms.
Next, for Chapter 8, using the proclaiming model, two strategies focus on three elements, which is the first element is system, policies, and procedures. Top Glove enforce stricter safety measures post-COVID-19, including social distancing protocols, facility upgrades, and adherence to government regulations. Regular spot checks ensured these standards were maintained. The next one is individual needs and values. The company responds to workers' needs by ensuring fair working hours, providing accommodation near to the factory to avoid commuting, and committing to fair recruitment by limiting agent fees for foreign workers. And the last one is management practices. Top Glove established the Hostel Management Committee and a Workers' Welfare Committee to foster a direct communication between employees and management. These committees address employee welfare, safety, and living conditions. I agree with this intervention because we can see in the system policies and procedures, it shows a shift toward participative management, improving morale and trust between workers and leadership. Next, I will proceed to recommendation, which is the first one is regular feedback from workers and not just spot checks. So, Top Glove can conduct anonymous quarterly employee satisfaction surveys and open Q&A session to make sure the changes are genuinely effective from the workers' point of view.
Second strategy of issue labor-related controversies and resistance to change is hire independent consultant. Top Glove addressed concerns raised by the US Customs and Border Protection (CBP) by resolving all 11 International Labour Organization (ILO) indicators of forced labour. This achievement was verified by the independent UK consultancy IPAC Ltd in 2021. The company invests $150 million in a remuneration package for migrant workers and engaged IPAC in July 2020 to guide ethical labour practice. Top Glove engaged IPAC in July 2020 as an independent consultant specializing in ethical trade practice, human rights, and labour practice with specific experience of remedying this issue in Malaysia. Enriching all green indicators in Top Glove's labour practice, what the company has done was not only implement corrective measures to issues that have been neglected, but in a way it has also adopted a new corporate culture when it comes to labour practice for its staff.
For this strategy, it's related to Chapter 6. Top Glove decision to hire an independent consultant, Impact Limited, in 2020. This step marked an important turning point in the company's transformation. By hiring an external consultancy, Top Glove opened itself to review and expert guidance. In this case, the executive board of Top Glove itself acted as the primary client, initiating and funding the consultancy engagement. The company recognized the need for expert evaluation to address the complex issue tied to forced labor. Meanwhile, the migrant workers, although not directly involved, became unwitting clients. They were the main beneficiaries, receiving better working and living conditions through the reforms. The result of this partnership with Impact Limited were impressive. By April 2021, all 11 International Labour Organization indicators of forced labour had been addressed and corrected. This included deeply concerning issues such as debt bondage and abusing working conditions. In September 2021, the US Customs and Border Protection lifted its import ban, further proving that meaningful progress had been made. This achievement showed that the action taken were not just for show, but actually made a real difference in policies, reputation, and daily life of workers. I fully agree with the approach of hiring an independent consultant. Not only did it bring expertise to the table, but it also added a layer of transparency and accountability that internal reform alone might not have achieved. Impact external audit and verification process ensured that changes were not just promised, but delivered. I recommend Top Glove continue conducting regular audits and verification. External oversight should be a permanent part of the company's culture to maintain progress and avoid future problems.
Next, I will explain how higher independence consultant strategy applies on Chapter 8, which is the Berkeley Wing model and feedback meeting. Firstly, organizational culture. Top Glove has significantly transformed its organizational culture by addressing ethical labor practices, transparency, and compliance with international standards, demonstrating a values-driven approach that goes beyond addressing labor issues and adopts sustainable labor practices aligned with the ILO's 11 indicators of forced labor. Then, systems and policies. Top Glove implemented changes in organizational system and policies, allocating RM150 million for a remediation package for migrant workers and appointing Impact Ltd to monitor labor practices. These transactional changes under the Berkeley model directly affected day-to-day operations, embedding ethical labor standards within the company's operations. Lastly, is a feedback meeting. Top Glove engaged Impact in July 2020 as an independent consultant specializing in ethical trade practices, human rights, and labor practices with specific experience of remedying these issues in Malaysia. Second issue is sales drop after post-pandemic. Top Glove Corporation Berhad was a top performer during the COVID-19 pandemic due to high glove demand, reported a net loss of 92.66 million for the financial year ending August 31, 2023. This marks its second consecutive year of losses. After the pandemic, global glove demand dropped sharply, leading to an industry surplus and steep declines in average selling price. Customers cut or delayed orders, further lowering sales. The company also faced asset impairments due to underused facilities and scaled-down operations. On top of that, rising energy and raw material costs, along with ongoing mismatches between production capacity and market demand, further pressured its financial performance, reflecting wider challenges in the post-pandemic glove industry.
Now we move to the overcome of the sales drop after post-pandemic issue. The strategy that Top Glove make is first, reduce operational costs. In October 2023, Top Glove Corporation Berhad announced a strategy overhaul to counteract its substantial fourth quarter net loss of 463.40 million ringgit for the fiscal year ending 31st August 2023. Executive Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wei Chai outlined a multifaceted recovery plan focusing on increasing glove sales volume and average selling price, while simultaneously reducing operational costs. He emphasized the importance of eliminating inefficiencies such as mistake costs, accidents, and corruption. Additionally, the company plans to dismiss underperforming employees to enhance overall productivity. The downturn was also influenced by a global oversupply of glove following the COVID-19 pandemic. However, Top Glove anticipate a gradual rebound in glove demands, driven by sustained hygiene and health awareness.
Chapter 7, Data Gathering Method. For strategy number 1 is reduce operational costs. For presenting problem, sales drop after post-pandemic. Let's underline the problem. The main contributing factor was the drastic drop in global glove demand as the COVID-19 situation is, resulting in oversupply and intense market competition. Method number 1 is observation. Top Glove use direct observation to monitor employee behavior, workflow, and SOP compliance. This help identify inefficiency like repeated error, time wastage, and non-compliance. Method number 2 is focus group. Allow employees to share ideas on reducing waste, improving energy use, and streamlining tasks. This insight help management find practical way to cut costs and boost efficiency. Personally, I agree it combines management analysis with employee input, which make it both practical and inclusive.
Under Chapter 8, Diagnosis and Feedback, this approach focuses on two major elements from the Berkeley model. For the first element, management practices, Top Glove's Executive Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wei Chai announced a detailed recovery plan that focused on improving glove sales volume and raising the average selling price. Next one is individual and organizational performance. By removing underperformance, the goal is to boost the overall productivity of the organization and ensure that all remaining staff are contributing effectively to the company's recovery and future growth. I agree with the intervention because the first one, it is a realistic and immediate solution to revenue loss. The second one helps preserve financial stability by cutting excess costs. The third one, dismissing underperformance may enhance overall productivity and efficiency. And the last one, it shows the decisive leadership during crisis recovery. Next for the recommendation, the first one is upskill instead of layoff. To replace dismissal with performance improvement programs and upskilling initiatives, we can help to retain human capital and boost the employee engagement. For example, internet training, cross-functional rotation, and also digital tools adoption.
Second strategy of sales drop after post-pandemic issue is targeting emerging markets and diversification. Top Glove Corporation has set an ambitious target of 60% sales volume growth for final year 2035, signaling the potential recovery of the global rubber glove industry after facing post-pandemic headwinds. Managing Director Lin Chongguan disclosed that Top Glove is exploring opportunities in emerging markets, particularly in regions with increasing healthcare investment to support its ambitious growth target. The company aims to diversify its product offerings, catering to a broader range of industries such as food handling and industrial safety, further expanding its revenue stream. Even though there are still obstacles to overcome such as persistent competition from regional firms and unpredictability in geopolitical trade, Managing Director Lim Chang-guan stated that Top Glove's proactive strategy highlights its resolve to hold onto its top spot.
Let's move to strategy number 2, which emerging market and diversifications. Data gathering method number 1 is survey. Top Glove use survey to collect feedback from emerging markets. The data help them understand demand, pricing and product interest, guiding product and market expansion strategies. Method number 2 is interview. Top Glove conducted interviews with key stakeholders to gain deeper insight into customer needs, regulations and market challenge. I was agree with the intervention because targeting emerging markets and diversifying products was a smart and effective move by Top Glove. With declining demand in the healthcare sector after the pandemic, the company need a new growth areas. Through survey, Top Glove gather structured feedback on pricing, product preference, and potential demand in other sectors like food handling and industrial safety. Interview with industry players gave deeper insight into local regulations, customer expectations, and potential entry barriers.
Under Chapter 8, this strategy aligns with two main elements, which is structure and leadership. We go to the first one, which is structure. Top Glove is targeting emerging markets, especially in areas where healthcare investment are growing. They also aim to diversify their product line, moving beyond medical gloves into industry such as food handling and industrial safety. The next one is leadership. The company's managing director, Lim Chang-guan, remains optimistic about the future. He highlighted that rising customer demand will drive recovery and future growth, signaling strong leadership in a time of uncertainty. There are 4 reasons why I agree with this strategy. The first one is it's a forward-thinking strategy that supports long-term sustainability. And the next one, it helps Top Glove stay competitive in multiple sectors and not just the medical. The third one, it reflects strong leadership direction and optimism, especially from the managing director. And the last one is because it aligns with the changing global demands and broadens income potential. Next, for the recommendations is strengthen product innovation. Instead of just entering new markets, innovate new products suited to those markets. For example, eco-friendly gloves tailored for chemical industries or region-specific needs.
For the conclusion, Top Glove journey highlight how a company can turn crises into transformations. Faced with serious labor controversies and a post-pandemic sales drop, Top Glove respond by implementing ethical labor reform and engaging independent consultants to resolve forced labor issues. Simultaneously, they reduce operational costs and diversify into emerging markets to revive their sales. This strategy action not only restore their global reputation, but also position them for long-term growth and sustainability.